All right, everyone, thanks for joining me. Melissa here. I'm starting to feel better. I have not fully gotten dressed yet. I am going to go to church this morning, but I almost did not go. I almost was like, you know what, take it easy today, Melissa. You just went through hell and back, basically. Guys, when I get sick, you can see it in my face. My face was whiter. I'm starting to feel better now, but I mean, Kelly Osbourne, if you look at her, she looks deathly sick right now, and that is exactly how I felt. I don't pay a lot of attention to celebrities, but last night I wasn't feeling as good, so I slowed down a little bit, and I was just, binging on my phone, which I don't always do. I don't always do that. So I was just watching the news, seeing what's going on. Melania has a new movie out, watching what the View thought of that, da da da. So I try to stay in the know to a point. Um, so guys, Kelly Osbourne is lost a ton of weight. You don't want to lose weight like that. Uh, it's scary. So, anyways, what's going on here? So yesterday, the class I took, the computer class, absolutely great class. This lady, I've taken a class from her before. She's a volunteer with her husband, and she's an older woman. She's been a teacher for years, and she's just a real old school type of person. Does a great job teaching the community for free things in the community. Mostly it has to do with computers and jobs. So I left yesterday to skip the class just a little bit. I had permission to come back. And I went to a job interview. And this was a really weird job interview. I'm like, why do I feel so weird after this? So I got there, the doors were locked at a restaurant, and I just waited. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to go knock on the back door because, that probably doesn't look right. So I waited and waited. I tried to call, nobody answered. So people came in the parking lot to work to get there early, and I'm like, okay, they're going to see me. So someone opened the door. The one who was supposed to interview me wasn't there, so someone else did. And I don't remember the job description saying they wanted high-end servers, So I was talking to her about my experience, and I kind of felt thrown off because then she threw in, well, we're looking for someone with a high-end experience. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's me. I go, yeah, I've had a ton of experience with high-end serving, Eagle Square, the Cat and Fiddle. Let me think. There was a restaurant I couldn't even think of that I worked in Manchester, an Italian restaurant. Guys, I'm telling you, when I interview, I can just go into my head and be like, okay, use this job or use this job. And all the cross training I've had, I'm like very qualified. So she's like, well, these are the hours we're looking for. And I'm like, yeah, no. She goes, do you plan on staying at the car place? I'm like, definitely. Yes, I do. For now, I do. So she couldn't get me in on the weekends, which was too bad because I'm looking to make, like I said, I'm very focused on bringing in the money this year. So that felt different. The job description didn't really say that, and that's on them. So I went back to class, great class, and then I started getting edgy. Now, when I don't feel good, guys, you do not want to be around me. I am all or nothing type of person. You're either with me or you're not. So when I start getting sick, I go down pretty quick, and I can't always see it. So I was doing some things, and then I started feeling irritated. I really did. And I'm like, oh, Lord, give me patience. Give me patience. Give me the patience of Job, because I'm starting to lose my patience. So then I went into the gym. I left the gym early because I wasn't really feeling good. I had my jeans on. I did bring my not sweats, but my stretchy pants. And I'm like, I don't really feel like changing. I'm just going to do a couple, things in my jeans. And I didn't feel comfortable working out in jeans. So when I was going into the gym, I saw somebody, and I was very focused. My energy goes down when I don't feel good, so it takes more energy and more focus for me to get something done. And I wasn't seeing it. I wasn't seeing it yet. So when I was in New Hampshire, every time I went somewhere, just about I would run into someone I knew. Over here, I don't usually run into people that I know, right? Because haven't known, I haven't been here all my life. So I'm going into the gym. This guy walks by. I don't really pay him any attention. I'm in my own world. And then I see someone with a red sweatshirt come back to me. And he's like, hey, I didn't recognize you at first. And I'm like, oh, hi, hey. And I'm in self-defense because I see this object coming at me in the corner of my eye, right? And I'm not feeling good. And I'm trying to process. And I cannot process because I'm starting to feel sick. And, I'm like, oh, yeah, good to see you. And I'm trying to, I'm caught off guard and I'm trying to figure it out. And I go, remind me of your name again. And he told me. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. I remember better now, And I'm like, yeah, how's it going? And we talked a minute. And he's like, yeah, most women don't remember my name when they see me. And I walked away, and it was so good to see this person. But as the afternoon went on, I'm getting frustrated. And I'm like, he could have picked that up for me. He could have given me his name. He could have, introduced himself better, because I had to do the extra work, and I'm not feeling good to remember his name, to remember where I know him from. So I was just getting crabby. So last night, I started feeling better, and all I did was relax. I just relaxed, and I watched the news, and I was feeling better. And then I had done a video on Lila Rose and her talking to somebody about abortion. Now, up to this point, I already felt like crap. What was it? Friday night after I did plasma. So I'm like, Melissa, have something to eat. You didn't have something to eat after you did plasma. Have a peanut butter toast. So that's what I did. So I'm like, this morning I woke up and I'm like, was it the plasma? No, it wasn't the plasma, because I was feeling great yesterday. So I'm like, okay, what was it? So right before bed, I had done a video, and half of the video I had watched with Lila Rose, and I wanted to finish that video. And I think that's kind of where, I started to rest and started to feel better. And then I pushed myself again to get more done, because I wanted to finish that video. So anyways, guys, long story, I'm feeling better. I love to feel good. I love life. I love having energy. But I still have to take it easy today. After I get sick, it's like, it's almost like a fast. I'm coming back to life slowly. So anyways, real quick, I just want to talk about, and I'm going to end this so I can go to church. My son just went out the door to church. And I did have a chocolate chip cookie. My other son made chocolate chip cookies, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'll try one. And it was small, and I had to hide the other one because it was the best chocolate chip cookie I ever had. But that was the other day, so that didn't count. It wasn't the chocolate. My son gave me chocolates today, my other son, for Valentine's Day, and I said, thank you so much, but I cannot have the chocolate. So anyways, so last night, I just want to talk about this real quick. Lila Rose was talking to this woman. You can check it out on my post, where she talks about bodily autonomy. Bodily autonomy is what Lila Rose thinks is the biggest argument right now for women who think it's okay to abort their babies. Yes, we have a right to protect our body. We have a right to, preserve ourselves, to do self-care. I do a lot of self-care. But abortion is about the other baby, right? So it's about the baby, not the woman more. So where do we draw the line with bodily autonomy? I can understand, definitely, someone who had an abortion where you're very protective of yourself and you're like, what the heck just happened? It was an accident. It was planned, to use contraception, as I was told, and the condom broke. What we need to do, guys, is women are going to be protective with a unplanned pregnancy, and we need to be able to teach them to be a mother now. I'm not saying that it's not a surprise. I'm not saying that it wasn't an accident. I'm not saying that a woman does not have a right to protect herself. I think there is a time to be ticked off that the guy tricked you or the condom broke. There is a time for that. There is a time to say, I did not plan this, and what the heck? Here goes, my whole life is going to change. But after that, we need to have the time, and this is where the doctors do not give you time, where everything is a rush decision. We need the time to slow down and say, okay, I didn't plan this, he tricked me, I'm ticked off, I'm not talking to him, but let's focus on the baby now. You're a mom now, you got a baby, and taking that time to learn how to mother. And young girls don't have the emotional ability usually yet to understand this. So just like anybody who gets pregnant, you're not ready with your firstborn until you actually have your firstborn, then you're ready. You can plan everything. I planned Lamaze, everything with my firstborn. I still was not ready once I had him. I mean, I had the works, I had the pain, I had the epidural, I had everything because I still was not ready until you actually are in labor. You get ready. So, and then as you raise your kids, you learn to be pretty frugal because there's someone else to think about. So, bodily autonomy is the big argument. And, I was talking to a mother yesterday, a Hispanic mother. We were talking in the class, when you do your resume, it's bullet points. Boom, 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 boom. AI is looking at it, doesn't want a long story. Spanish people, the Spanish lady says they tend to be long-winded. They tend to be flowery with their language. AI doesn't like it. When you're doing your resumes, boom, 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 bullet points, right? That's it. So I was talking to this Spanish lady yesterday, and I was kind of counseling her. She is a Christian. We were talking about her husband. She had a beautiful daughter. I'm like, your daughter is beautiful. She was probably 10 or 11, long dark hair, Spanish girl, beautiful kid, right? And so we were talking, and her husband actually, she's in a separation, which I agree with. I agree with separation. Not divorce, but sometimes a separation. Her husband has been emotionally abusing her, calling her name. She says enough is enough, and she decided to leave. Now, as far as trying to work things out with her husband, she loves him to pieces, but she will not work things out with him because he's doing marijuana. He is doing this drug, and she said, my daughter belongs to Jesus, not the drugs. Very wise mother. Very good job. So this is a sin. He says it's his medicine. It's actually a drug, and it's a sin that he's addicted to. And along with that, she had 2 against 1. She had her son now emotionally abusing her because of the father. And when the son calls her swears, the dad does nothing. Very wise woman to separate from him because he's not a good man right now. And she prays for the mother who's raising that son, who will be a good husband to her daughter. So yes, we plan that. We pray and we plan that our kids will find good wives and good people around them. So, why should that daughter suffer, right? I can't imagine being a kid and having a dad doing drugs and her having to put up with that. And the son who swears at her, I'm very fortunate, guys. My sons are not swearing at me and picking up some of those bad habits. Respect is huge. If I see my sons start to disrespect me, it's nipped in the butt pretty quick, guys. So do not allow your husband's influence to influence your kids, guys. It's important. So that's what I got for now, and I'm headed to church. Church is a mixed bag. God does ask us to commit to a church. The thief on the cross did not have a church when he died, but he asked us to commit. And that level of commitment is going to depend on how healthy the church is. If it's a church that is very healthy, you're in a small group, I'm in small groups now, where you're finding a couple people who are very healthy, that's great. But if you're seeing people who are not healthy, be in the church, but stay away. So that's kind of how you have to do church, guys. Okay, thanks for joining me, guys.